Okay. Uh, okay. And well, since you're well, you don't have to like look straight at it. Like, I mean,
I got you.
yeah,
I'm looking at you.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So the two questions I definitely have to ask. I'll do it at the end. How do you lay your life down in this ministry, and how do you love like Christ in this ministry? So that will be at the end. Okay. All right. Hello, Happy. So I know that you do homeless ministry. How long have you been doing it for?
Right. So it's not exactly homeless ministry, but it's more like we started at first with the food drive during COVID. As soon as COVID hit, it was around 2020, like in the middle of, or at the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
And it was just something that we started just doing small food bags for our elders at church. And it was like, we did not think that this was going to grow into what it is today. But more than anything, we just made some bags and added those couple. Somebody gave me like some soups and cookies, and hey, well, let's make some bags. But already our church shut down completely, so we also wanted something to do because we weren't doing anything but Zoom services.
Yeah.
And I hated that with a
Yeah.
passion because I like going to church.
So the in-person interaction. Like,
Yeah, so once we started doing the little bags, we just kind of got some of the church leaders and people who work with us on the team. We would give them like 10 bags each, and they would go to different people and drop them off. And then all of a sudden, the guy who was giving me those soup donations and cookies, he's just like, hey, I got a box of chicken, 80 pounds of chicken. Do you want it? And like, but brand new, of course, frozen. And I'll be like, well, yeah, what am I gonna do with 80 pounds of chicken? So we started.
This person is a member of your church?
No, this person is a friend of mine that he works for the school board, for the school board for the Proviso Township area, which is Proviso East, Proviso West, PMSA in the Maywood, Melrose Park area.
Okay, gotcha.
But he's also a Christian. So he knows me because, again, we worked on different projects together. So anyways, he knows I'm a community leader with the church. And that's when he called me and started offering me these things. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, take it. And I would grab it, and people would come by and grab their soup, or we'll give them. Then we start putting like a little 2-3 pieces of chicken breast frozen in their bag and start giving it to them, or send it out. Little by little, it's just like one box became 3 boxes, 3 boxes became 10 boxes. And I was just using my work van. And I mean, you could fit quite a bit in there, but it just started growing so fast that when COVID hit, a lot of these stores were like shutting down or just maybe going out of business. So one of them was like food for less, and all of a sudden I'm getting called to pick up 400 gallons of milk, 500 gallons of milk.
Wow.
And he's like, do you want to come get 400 gallons of milk?
So crazy.
And I'm like, what am I going to do with 400 gallons of milk? So I'm going to pick this stuff up. Now I'm renting a car because I can't do it in my van. Actually, I did start doing it in my van for a while. It was just stuffed.
Yeah.
And long story short, it grew to where we were giving out 900 boxes of food every week.
Wow.
So at that point, I had to rent a commercial truck. I started renting a 26-foot commercial truck from Ryder. And this is like a semi, like a half a semi. It's a big old truck. I've never driven this thing in my life. I didn't even think I had the license for it. It was like borderline, like the next vehicle you need a CDL, but for this one you didn't.
Okay.
But it was a huge truck. And I would fit like 12 pallets of food on there.
Wow.
And so that's when we opened it up to the community. I started making videos on Facebook. Hey, anybody need food? Come out here. So we also started noticing that the church people they didn't really need it. They weren't picking it up. And I don't know if that was God-given, because we're like, well, the people from the church aren't coming. So I'm not going to waste this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's open it up to the community.
Okay.
And so that's when I went on Facebook. I started doing videos, just inviting people to the location of the church. And
this is still in 2020 when you kind of upgraded.
Yeah, so obviously, throughout that time, a couple of weeks went by, a couple months went by, and then before you know it, by the end of the year, I'm getting this full truck. And I did that with the truck for maybe 3 years or so, 3 or 4 years. And again, we would pack the whole truck with food. Now we were getting like straight pallets from the Chicago Food Depository. And
Wow.
again, so what we would do, because of COVID, we couldn't touch people technically,
Awesome. Yeah.
or have that contact, which was not what was happening, because as people were coming, people from the community were walking to the church. So there was like at least 100 people on foot. But I was like, always had that idea. I don't just want to give them food. Like, I'm going to give them the word. I need to give them the gospel. And so when that thought entered my mind, I was like, at least for the people who were on foot, because we eventually would have 300-400 cars wrapped around 2-3 blocks around the church.
Really? All picking up food?
All picking up food. So
That's
they would
wild.
line up there about 4:30, 4 o'clock. And they would already be on the side of like the road, of the street. And I don't know how, but there wasn't no cars yet, maybe because people were still at work, but they would wrap all the way around. And then once it was go time, everyone would turn on their cars, and then the line we would tell them to come next to the truck, and everyone would start moving. So as they would come up to the truck that we rented, they would open up their trunks, and we'd give them food boxes for depending how many families. Sometimes they would come like 2 families, not 2 families, but they would come like 2 people in a car with different families.
Oh, okay.
And be like, we need 2 boxes, we need 3 boxes. And so we would give them 2, 3, 4 boxes in each car.
Okay.
And they would take them to their families. So the boxes had everything from fresh produce to meat to milk.
Yeah.
They were pretty good.
And so you're saying the providers were like Food for Less?
At that moment, we were getting it through the Trump administration when he was first president.
Really?
Yeah, it was called Food to Farmers program, and so I ran into that program through my friend, and he connected me with them, and so they were giving us the food, and then Trump got kicked out of office. Well, not kicked out, but his term ended, his first term, and Biden came in. So when Biden came in, they stopped it. So I was just like, well, I guess it's over. And so I go to the people that I was getting the basically the food from through this other church in Chicago. And I'm like, well, thanks for everything. I'm glad we went a couple years. It was a good time. Everything was great. But going back a little bit to the people who would come walking, because this is the most important part. I was like, I'm not just gonna give them food. They're gonna get it. So I just thought, man, I jumped on the ramp of the truck, because it had like an elevator, the trailer of the truck. And so I would put that thing all the way up, and I'd get my Bible out, and I got me a little speaker with a microphone, and I give them like a 5-minute devotion.
Really?
And they're like, look, the word says this, and this is what I'm always into, evangelizing and getting people to know the word.
Yeah.
Evangelizing could seem a little scary sometimes, because like, what do I say? Where do I start? But me as a Bible teacher and as a preacher, which is what I love to do, I'm like, I'm just gonna give them the word, and I'm gonna explain this text to them, and I would pray, and the Lord would give me a passage to speak. And so for 5 or 10 minutes, everyone would gather around, and I'd give them the word. And a lot of the people in the cars couldn't hear me, but the people on foot could. So that was enough for me.
Yeah.
And so right after the devotional, like a 5-10 minute thing, literally short, we would start giving out all the food, and all the cars would come by, and this would last about an hour or so.
Okay.
But it was a massive amount of people.
Yeah.
And so
like both things were happening. The kind of like almost drive-through.
It was a drive-through.
and the people on foot.
But the beautiful part was that as we were doing this, and like I said, it was in the middle of COVID, when people were thinking they were just gonna die if you breathed on them, right? People were coming. We're praying over people. People are crying on our shoulders.
Wow.
My mask is all wet from the cold, because we were out there in below freezing weather.
Really?
Every winter.
Wow.
It was harsh at sometimes, because it was really cold, and people were in their cars and warm and stuff.
Yeah, well, you are.
But my team, we were out there on foot, and in like super cold weather. But again, people were crying, tears, snot all over us, and we're hugging them, and I mean, there was really a lot of emotional part to it.
Yeah.
And that's what I guess that's why we kept going, because it was hard.
You saw.
And not only that, financially, Unfortunately, we didn't have the support from the church financially to rent this truck. So
Oh,
my
you were
wife
paying
and
out of
I,
your own
my
pocket.
wife and I were paying out of pocket every week. So
Wow.
I think in that course of time, we probably went through like $30,000 worth of just renting this truck every week. Now
How much does it cost per week?
it's like $250, $300, depending on the mileage and gas that you
Oh.
used. But what we started doing, we just started opening like an offering. Like, people would come and we're like, well, we could use a little help here. So as people would come and get their box, we'd be like, hey, if you want to donate anything, because we got some bills, some expenses, and so we had a little bag, and people just started dropping in offerings, and so that helped out because in offerings we would get like $180 to $200 a week.
Okay.
So it eased we weren't putting
Yeah.
more than $100 to $150 every week,
Okay.
which was, I mean, again,
Yeah.
I think that in any time you're gonna do discipleship or evangelism, if you're really gonna do it, it's gonna cost you time.
It
It's
is.
gonna cost you money, and it's gonna cost you a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You don't get off scot-free. Like, it's nice when there's a budget, but 9 out of 10 times there's no budget.
Yeah, that's true.
You just have to do it.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
but in a way,
it's true.
we never struggled. Thank God, my wife and I, we never struggled financially through the whole process. We never felt like, man, how are we gonna do it this week? It was there.
Yeah.
It was just there. So
Yeah.
that's the Lord, of course.
Yeah, the Lord provides.
And but yeah, and then something I think is a hard issue because a lot of people aren't willing to give you $2. Like, I have money, and I'm not gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So
There's a lot
it's a hard issue at the same time. But yeah, that's how that started, and that's where it's going. So fast forward to now. Once the food box thing, eventually that ended too. And they're like, yeah, we're not getting that anymore. So when I went in and I just went to go give them thank you for everything, they're like, well, look, we actually wanted to tell you something because out of all the churches that we were working with, there was only 2 or 3 that that hung in there with us for like the whole winter, throughout the whole year. Because a lot of churches, even though they were getting food and giving it out, during the winter they didn't want to do it.
Oh,
Because it was too
really?
harsh.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not going to be out there in the cold. And there was like me and us and another church that did do that and never stopped. So they're like,
Through the winter. Yeah.
through the
kept
winter.
going.
And there was times where I would tell my wife, like, I don't know if we're going to do it again this year because it's crucial, it's hard.
Yeah.
And she's just like, let's just do it. Like after the first 2 or 3 times, we'll get used to it. I was like, okay. But
awesome.
because of that, they called me in. They're like, look, we're going to give you the food, the contact directly. And so you deal with them and you don't have to go through us anymore. So that's when they gave me Costco, they gave me Amazon Fresh, and they gave me Sam's Club.
Oh,
But
direct.
they gave us different
phone
locations.
number. Oh,
So we
okay.
go to 2 Sam's Clubs.
Oh.
And we go to a Costco, and we'll go to 2 different Amazon Fresh
Oh,
to get the food. But now I didn't have it in boxes, so now I have to rent this truck, and I would have to go to the stores, and they give it to me loose. So
Oh,
they'll just
really?
give
No
me boxes,
pallet,
no
no-
pallets. Just I
nothing?
mean, in
No.
boxes, if anything.
Okay, yeah.
Just like you'll have a bunch of like vegetables mixed up.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still good food. It's just not organized.
Yeah.
Or they'll give me like a bunch of eggs, and they'll give me, but like there's no pallets. I mean, so we would just bring it all in the truck as much as we could fit. Then we have to take it to the church, unload it because it was all loose, and we have to organize it on tables as you once saw. And that's how that happened. So we went into church and we had to organize everything by sections: produce, dairy, meats, things like that.
Yeah.
And so, as you know, this is a food pantry on steroids. We're not just giving out peas and tuna, you know?
Yeah, no.
I mean, we're
You
giving
have,
out ribs, prime rib. We're giving out eggs, yogurt. We're giving out
Yeah.
cereal, bread that's like muffins and cakes. The stuff that you won't buy when you have grocery monies. Like,
Yeah.
and so it's really good. I think that today at least each person gets at least low $200 to $300 worth of food every week per person.
That's amazing. Praise God.
And we are probably giving out, if I had a guess, maybe like $20,000 worth of food every month.
Wow.
At least.
Yeah.
Because, especially when it comes to the meat. Because we're giving out rack of ribs sometimes that are like $50. There's the price tag on them.
Oh, so
That's how we know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're getting a lot. But even then, so has been the spiritual result, I guess, from all this. For one, when after COVID, our church was down to like 10, 20 families.
Oh, it shrunk down.
It
After
shrunk.
COVID.
After
Yeah.
COVID, it shrunk down a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of people jumped ship. Some people didn't come back to church. Some people I don't know what happened. Everyone was in that COVID funk, right? But through this program, we grew. We grew a lot.
Your congregation.
And so all of a sudden, these people that would come every week, we built a bridge, like an emotional connection. And so when the church opened up, a lot of them came to the church. A lot of them now today are ushers. They serve.
Really?
They're actually in the program themselves, helping,
like volunteering. Okay.
And we built those bridges. And again, with the community today, obviously we still do it. So I think it's an outreach, but it's also turning into a discipleship, because people are now, like, Fridays at 5 p.m. is when we have our food service.
You said 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Okay.
They're taking that day like their church day, like we would take Sundays.
Okay.
They
For them, it's
come
Friday.
faithfully.
Yeah.
And they're there before the doors even open, in line waiting. One of the clips that I'll send you is them waiting outside, and they're there from 1 p.m.
Really?
They start at 1 p.m. and we don't open till 5.
Wow.
So they're out there, they're talking to each other, so they're becoming a close community themselves already.
That's amazing.
And so now they're receiving the word, we're preaching the gospel unfiltered, we're giving it to them straight. Half of them are...
Do you still do it like 5-10 minute devotionals, or like?
Well, now it's 30 minutes.
Oh, now you give
it's
them
a
a
full
whole
preaching.
sermon. Yeah, that's
now
great.
it's a full sermon. Obviously, we have to keep it to 30 minutes because I like to do more.
Yeah.
Every preacher wants to preach more.
Yeah, I know.
But
that's our struggle.
We keep it to 30 minutes because we have a night service.
Oh,
so we have
the
family service at 7:30 p.m.
Oh.
So we only have from 5 to 6:30
Okay.
with giving out food, sermon,
Everything.
and cleanup.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like the fastest 2 minutes in sports, like the Kentucky Derby. Like, this happens quick. Once it's go time, it goes quick.
It's go time.
Yeah,
like,
and
real.
you have to clean up and leave that thing clean for the congregation that comes at 7:30.
Okay.
Which is just our regular Friday night services.
Okay.
But so the church has grown. They're getting the word, and there's new people every week.
You do see new faces?
There's new faces every single week. There's people getting their lives to the Lord every single week.
Praise God.
And there's also a lot of spiritual growth. And like, again, since the doors are open to anybody, we're getting Catholics, we're getting people who probably practice occult things. We're getting, of course, atheists. We're getting from everything. And you do get your Christians that come around, because at the end of the day, people do need the financial help, and sometimes I get my food from there, because I remember the last time I really went food shopping, because we've been doing this 7 years now.
7 years.
7 years, so...
Praise God. So you started like 2019-ish?
Right at the end, like at 2020. So
Okay.
this is gonna be, we're going into our 7th year now.
Okay.
You know, so we did 6 solid, but now we're going into our 7th year.
Yeah.
And it's still going strong.
Yeah.
So I don't know where, I think that for me right now, where we're going with this, because I was just talking about this with my team.
How big is your team, by the way? Like,
volunteers, man, there's like, since then, we started obviously small, right? Maybe 8 to 10, but now there's probably like 50.
Oh, so wow.
Yeah, there's probably like 50 volunteers, and that's just kind of in general and there's different things happening because we're picking out throughout the week.
Oh, okay, so it's not just Fridays.
No,
it's
we
like,
pick up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Do you distribute in those different days, or
No,
you just?
so we only give it out Friday night or Friday afternoon, and we give it out Sunday after service, because we opened up Sunday after service to give it to the congregation.
Oh,
because a lot of the congregation can't make it on Friday at 5 p.m. because of work or whatever. So we thought that if we could, we're gonna open it up on Sundays, and by God's grace, we started getting enough food to open up Sundays to give it out.
Yeah. Okay.
So we give it out Fridays to the community, and then Sundays to the church.
Okay.
So Sunday after church, it's not as much, but everybody still goes home with a nice hefty bag or box.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing now.
What a blessing. Yeah, that's all God. And so the providers, the food providers, it kind of shifts, like changes, like At some point, it was the Trump program, and then
Yeah.
that one ended, but other ones came.
Yeah, so after the Trump program ended, it stayed pretty solid, except that right now, recently, you probably, I don't know if you've seen the news about a month or two ago, that Amazon Fresh closed their doors. They went, I don't want to say they went bankrupt, but they went out of business.
Yeah.
So we were thinking, like, man, this is going to be, we'll see how it goes because we're getting a lot of food from Amazon Fresh, like a lot.
Yeah.
And we did feel the difference the first couple weeks after.
When
we're
you
like,
stopped
we
receiving.
felt like we were getting like half of what we were getting, and we were still getting the same amount of people.
Oh.
But what was interesting, and not interesting, but really amazing, was that everybody still went home packed. The
Really?
amount that they received never changed, even though we lost two major stores. Well, we had, it was
yeah.
Amazon Fresh, but it was two stores that we went to.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
Amazon Freshes,
Yeah.
different locations, but the same store.
Okay.
But when we lost them, it's just like, well, we know we had to tighten up a little bit. We had to tell some volunteers to stay home because there wasn't that much work to do.
Oh, okay.
But now we're back. Like right now, we are been getting a lot of food, and it sometimes feels overwhelming because it's like, this is a lot. Like we are coming with, I'm taking 2 trips sometimes on Fridays to the same store. Like go take it, come back and get more.
Yeah.
Like at that same time. So right now it's packed again, and sometimes now we're giving out to a church in Kankakee.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
we-
you're partnering up with another church?
Yes, well, they're receiving stuff from us. Well, there's
Yeah.
a woman who has contacts in Kankakee, and so on Sunday after the service, everything that's left, we give it to her,
Oh.
and she takes it over there.
Okay.
And during the week, when we have too much fruit or produce, we give it to like secular program like El Paso.
Oh,
El
okay.
Paso's an immigrant kind of type of help,
Okay.
like community work.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're not related with the church.
Okay.
But anyways, we give them food, and they give it out to their people. So now we're just throwing it out.
Yeah, you're like overflowing literally.
Yeah, and so
to the
we
point
also-
where now you could like share with others.
And so like this week, there's a women's breakfast meeting at another church, and we are providing the food for that.
Really?
Yes, and we're giving them all the
You're
food that
blessing
they
them.
need.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, anything that we could, it's overflow, really.
It is. It literally is. That's what I'm hearing. Overflow is happening at your church.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to see like it all started from like your small beginnings, but in those small beginnings, what I see is that during the cold, that you were willing to do that. It just shows that you were willing to take that extra step, even though it was really hard. Well, most like all the other churches didn't want to, and because you faithfully did it through the hard part, the winter, that's why you are getting this overflow now. It's like maybe at the time you didn't see it, like, oh, we're just doing it because but like that what I see is that because you did that hard part, that's why you're getting the overflow, because you had that willing heart to do it during that season where everyone's like, nah, we'll just do it like when it's not that cold. But that's why they're not getting the overflow in your churches. So that's all God.
Yeah, and then to just, I guess, the cherry on top would be that, as I mentioned, all those years we put in money.
That's true.
You know,
The
but-
money, yeah.
Now the offerings have tripled.
Really?
The offerings have tripled.
From the people
From the
that
people that are
received
receiving,
okay.
the offerings have tripled, and now we're having a lot of money left over.
Wow.
And now we have put that money into like maintenance for the church. We rehab
okay.
the stairs. We bought some new equipment for the church just from the offerings.
That's amazing.
And
It
so-
started by like you not getting enough, but just enough that it helped supplement. To now you are getting
Now we're getting more than enough. Yeah, and now
That's
we're
wonderful.
putting it back into the church and doing different things and ministries. One of the ministries that we're helping right now is in Malawi, Africa.
Oh,
So
okay.
we are sending some funds to help girls that are 14 through 17
Okay.
that are coming out of prostitution. I have 14, 17 years of age. So my friend Pastor Wilson in Malawi, who I work with several years now,
Yeah.
we just started this program for them. And so the problem was that they're involved in prostitution, but not so much sometimes by choice. Their parents make them do it so that they can get an income for the family.
Yeah.
And so even though they're being discipled at the church, when they go home, the parents like send them back into the world or send them back to work. And so we are trying now to build a home for them so that they don't have to go back to those houses, and that the church can have like a women's home.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just right now a discipleship program, but we are wanting to build a house, and we have the land already.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we
Okay.
have the land, and we are now, waiting for and building so that we can provide a home for them. So again, now this is even reaching out all the way to Africa
Yeah.
through this food program.
That's amazing.
So-
well, I'm curious. Well, since you bring that up, how did that happen? Like, how did you get into a ministry totally different from the food, like where to help women or young girls get out of the prostitution?
Yeah, so-
like, how did that happen?
Well, for one, it started with my friend Pastor Wilson, who's in Africa, and so somehow I got involved in missions work. And I don't know. I guess this is what it is. It's like, personally, in my faith, I don't like to put limits on what my ministry is, even though I'm studying to be a preacher, pastor, type of program, but I don't put limits on what God wants to do. So if He wants me to go on a mission, I'm going on a mission. If He wants me to go preach at the jails, then I'll go preach at the jails.
Yeah. You're
whatever.
open to wherever
If
God
He needs me to
sends
go
you.
pick up food, I gotta go pick up food. I'm
Yeah.
just like, what are the marching orders for today, right?
Amen.
And so,
Yeah.
I'm a little crazy sometimes. I'm a risk taker. Risk taker. So this gentleman, friend requested me on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I don't recommend this. Be very cautious. But since I'm a risk taker, I saw this guy. He ended up friend requested me.
You didn't know him?
I didn't know him, no.
Oh, okay.
And I saw he was like, African American, literally. Well, not American, just African.
Straight up African.
African, yeah. And so I'm like, okay. I accepted, and just a little chit chat. Hey, I'm from here, Malawi, and I see you're a Christian. Yeah, there was a small talk. Little by little, in one of those videos or pictures that he sent, I saw the back of his church. He wasn't standing in front of his church, but the church was only halfway built. Like you could see brick walls like halfway up like this.
Oh, not all the way up.
Not all the way up, but they had a roof and they had a ceiling and they had like steel columns, but the bricks were only halfway up. And so I'm a contractor by trade. I'm in construction. So that caught my attention. And I was like, hey, is that your church back there in the picture? He's like, yeah, that's our church. And I'm like, what's with the bricks? Like, are you guys in the middle of a project? Like, well, yeah, but mostly we don't have the money to finish because they live in one of the poorest countries in Africa. And I was like, really? And I was like, well, like how much money would it take to bring the bricks to the ceiling and just complete the walls all around? And so he did the math, because over there their money's called kwacha.
Watcha?
Kwacha.
Watcha.
Kwacha, yeah. And so I'm like, well, I've never heard of it, but like, what's that in American dollars? So he tells me how much they need to bring the walls up to the ceiling or to the roof. And literally it was like 500 American dollars. And I was like, that's like a pretty big building. I'm like, over here that would cost at least a few $1,000s to finish off,
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's about $500. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send you $500. I'm like, I want to see if this guy's gonna do this. Like with $500, finish up those walls, right? And so look, I'm gonna send you the money. And then I'm thinking, if I lose the money, I lose the money. I probably spent it on worse things, And so I sent him the money, Western Union, and like a couple days later, he's showing me a video of trucks coming in, dropping off bricks,
Wow.
just throwing them all in front of the church. Two or three trucks coming in.
Wow.
And he's like, hey, Pastor, we're here. We just about to get started. We got the bricks. And so sure enough, they built the church. They put it all the way to the ceiling. And with that being said, then we went to the windows, and then we went to some electrical work and all these other things that we did there. And we finished the church. And so they just built a relationship. And one day I'm like, hey, I'm going over there. He's like, you're coming? And I'm like, yeah. And so I was a little scared going over there. I took my dad with me.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I don't want to end up on a YouTube video with a bag over my head, you
Oh
know?
my God.
I was like, let's just see what happens here.
Hey, you took your dad?
And I took my dad. He's lived long enough,
Yeah.
was
So
like,
just the two of you.
Just the two of us. And when I went over there, we did a lot of ministry work. He took me all over the place. We visited a few different cities. I did a lot of preaching, leading, or leaders over there in the church, because he's a church planner, so he has like 13 churches.
Wow.
Some of them are grass huts, some of them are brick and mortar, some of them have walls but no ceiling. You know,
okay. Like everything.
it's just they're all in different places. But anyway, so that's what started. And so since then, he's like, hey, we're starting this new thing. There's this need with these young girls. They're like 14, 17 years old.
Oh, he's the one that brought that up.
He's the one who brought that up.
Okay.
And I was like, well, what do you want to do? And he's like, well, this is the problem. And I'm like, well, let's start with some discipleship. Let's get them into the church courses, and so we give them a little money to get like just sewing supplies, because they're giving them like things to learn, and just so they can make a living.
Yeah.
And our next step, the big step, is building a house for them, so that they have a place to live and they don't have to go back home.
Yeah.
To where under these circumstances, the parents are making them do it
that.
so that they can eat. So, which is not good, right?
Yeah, no, that's horrible.
But that's where we're at, and so the food ministry is continuing strong, and we're preaching every week.
Yeah.
And we are, just doing as long as I don't know when it's gonna stop.
It's not gonna stop.
I don't know.
That.
And I told the Lord, as long as you give us strength, we'll keep doing it.
Yeah. No, it seems like instead of stopping, the Lord is branching you out, and not only with different food providers, but connections and international now, and I know it's because you have such a willing heart to just do whatever the Lord directs you to do, and you don't put any ifs, ands, or buts. You're just like, okay, Lord, I don't know how, but I'll figure it out as I go. That's your attitude.
Yeah, and I would hope, like, I guess what I would want to say to anyone else is that just do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes for the gospel to win.
Yeah.
If you come into the church and the Sunday school teacher is not coming in and they ask you to teach kindergarten, then teach that kindergarten, even though you're a big Moody graduate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it takes.
Whatever opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, if
just
there's a
go for
need,
it.
you go ahead, and if you can help out, help out.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the secret to what God has done in my life, is just I don't say no to when He has an assignment for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're like, well, I don't have the time, or this or that, or maybe you just don't believe in yourself, or you feel insecure about something that you can't do it. Pick someone else.
I
just always said, well, if I can do it, if I can help, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Your story is so inspiring, Javier. And so I want to end with 2 final questions. And so my 2 final questions are, how do you lay down your life through this ministry?
So, there is a sacrifice point, because, like, for instance, obviously I have to juggle school. I have a full family. I have a wife. I have a 15-year-old son, 11-year-old son, and a 10-year-old daughter. I teach Bible study on Thursday nights.
At your church?
At my church, which is an outreach kind of Bible study. And Fridays, I pick up food at 9, 10 a.m. and we don't come home till 10, 11 at night, because we also do youth ministry. So we stay there through the food pantry, and we stay there cleaning up till the next service comes, and we receive the congregation. So we don't leave church Friday night till 10, 11 at night.
Wow.
To wake up.
Full day Friday.
To wake up Saturday morning at 8 a.m. to go get food and do another pickup for Sunday service.
Wow.
So at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. because we try to sleep in. But by 9 a.m. we have to be out the house and go get the van and go back to Sam's and get all the food we're gonna get to give to the people on Sunday. Come Sunday, I gotta set that all up. And by the time we end up giving the food after services, it's 3, 4 in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock. So yeah, it's a little bit of like, I don't get to sleep in like everybody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't watch that late movie that I want to watch. You know what I mean? But other people can. And I think that my sacrifice is other people's benefit. And so it's tiring. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't too long ago that I was like tired and a little fed up personally. Because if you don't think, don't think that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
you're gonna get worn out, and you're gonna be like, no, I don't want to go out today, or I don't. My wife will be like, we gotta go to church. I'm like, I don't want to go. Like, I want to stay home, and I just want to relax.
Yeah.
And we have to go. And I was like, but there was this moment just a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I was just like, I'm a little bit frustrated. Like, I just want to rest. And so it's sacrifice. And then I just got to take it to the Lord. Like, Lord, I just need to be renewed.
Yeah.
Strengthened, because it takes a toll.
It does.
And I got it though. I got it, and it was just like, take a breath, and be like, okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I've learned is rest, but don't quit.
That's good.
When you get tired, rest,
Yeah.
but don't quit. Take a few days off if you have to. Send somebody else. Take a few days off. Catch your breath, get into prayer, just go to the movies.
Yeah. Have some me time.
Have some me time.
Yeah.
And then I think that the Lord honors that. And then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, let's get back on. Because I guess the satisfaction of it is seeing the transformation in the church, in the people, and in yourself. Because I've grown from it. I've spiritually matured through this experience of thinking of others is better than myself. That's what the Bible teaches. And also the benefit that my kids are seeing this.
That's true.
They're growing up being in ministry, and they're growing up seeing their parents give everything they got.
Yeah, literally.
Never neglecting the family though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, where I am, my kids are next to me. Like, they don't stay home.
Yeah.
We're going to church. We're all going to church.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, otherwise they'll hate the ministry. Because they'll be like, that ministry stole my parents, or that ministry stole my dad. So wherever I am, they're next to me.
They're with you.
All the time.
Yeah. So they help you, like, they go with you when you pick up food and stuff like that?
Well, not so much because they're in school,
Oh,
but like
okay.
on Friday nights, my son's helping us clean up. He's carrying the boxes out.
Okay.
They helping us set up on Sunday mornings. And then of course we take them out to eat afterwards, or spend some time with them. I go to the gym with my son every week, just to spend time with him.
Okay.
Just so, because I have to be around them. So again, it's you have to balance all that,
Yeah.
especially as an adult, right? As an
True.
adult, we're grown, and we're already have this life that
Yeah.
eventually you get. But all of a sudden it hit me all at once: school, marriage, ministry, you know what I mean?
Everything, like, yeah, it all accumulated. But it's so good. Like, I love the advice that you give, because it's true. Sometimes there's a lot of pastors' kids that, yeah, that's what they were not involved with their parents, like, in the ministry, so they felt like left out, But I love that, even though it's more work for you, because you don't get much of a break, because like you're constantly like either discipling people from the community or the church, or even your own kids. Is like you're constantly like giving, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it, and that's why I love that you said rest but don't quit. That's drop the mic right there. That's so key. Yeah, because I mean, even Jesus did it. Like, our Messiah.
Jesus took naps.
He took naps.
Feel like Jesus.
Yeah, holy naps.
Holy naps.
Yeah, and so like seeing what he modeled for us, he prayed a lot. He took he would depart from crowds, like, to spend time with the Lord and have that rest time. Like, he did
that's
it.
definitely key.
Yeah, so it is the definitely part of the ministry is the resting. Like, that's essential. You can't keep going forever, like, without those.
And
like,
eventually you'll
rests.
find yourself going in your own strength, and that's where you're gonna crash.
Yeah, and burn out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, my final question is, how do you love like Christ through this ministry?
Yeah, well, the only way to love Christ, I don't want to say the only way, but a major way, because there might be others, but for me, you can only love Christ through people. Because how are you going to be like, oh, I love Jesus, and just walk around the park by yourself? You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. It's like, if you love me, love thy neighbor.
Amen.
And loving your neighbor means sacrificially. It means giving them the coat off your back. It means being there for that person or people. And I think of the Good Samaritan, right? We were going over the Good Samaritan story, passage. And it says that the Samaritan told the innkeeper, take care of this guy, take care of him. And whatever you spend, put it on my tab. And if there's more, because he left them like, here's the provision. Like, here, take care of him, I'm gonna give you some money. Should you spend your own money, or should you go into your own expenses? When I come back, I'm gonna pay you back. And so I think of that like God's telling us, like, you see these people here? Take care of them. Whatever they need, give it to them. And if it costs your own money, spend it. When I come back, I'm gonna give you more. And Jesus is coming back.
Yes, amen. Yes, he is.
And so when he comes back,
he will pay you back.
He will pay you back.
More.
More.
Way more.
And so I kind of think about that, and I feel like that's what's going on here.
I love that.
Take care of them. When I come back, I'm gonna take care of you.
Yeah. Amen. That's such a wonderful way to end, because it's true. People, that's how you love Christ, through people, by loving people. That's what he told us. That's literally what he told us when someone asked him, what's the greatest commandment? And he said, first, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Second, love your neighbor as yourself. So you're literally living that out, and that's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Praise God. Thank you so much for willing to do this interview, Javier. God bless you.